home and talk with us.
What's up, guys? We are at our first brewery on the first day. Holston River Brewing Company. Let's go check it out.
Welcome to Holston River Brewing Company.
Guys, we're here with Sue, the owner. She calls herself also the founder, the janitor, the electrician, the plumber. She does it all. She's showing us around right now.
This is kind of where we say our magic happens, kind of like the Keebler elves and making their cookies and great things.
Right.
We have two brewers. Both brewers have been to brew school and have quite a few years of longevity in brewing.
Perfect.
They have done brewing and distillery. One of them has been out west and kind of got a little bit more extensive training. So it's a 5-barrel system, which kind of limits us a little bit as far as our distribution. Kind of keeps us hopping. This is new in the summer. We have all of our umbrellas out, so everybody's shaded. We've got our fire pits for those people who want to sit out at night with the fire pits.
And then how many campsites do you have?
We have a total of actual hookups, about 160 sites.
And that's just over this hill, right?
It goes in this direction to the back of the campground. It's all level. We've got a nice 8 men and women shower stalls for people that do tent camping. We can probably hold about 600 or 700 tents on top of the air. We have 138 acres exactly in this campground.
I know where we might be showering tomorrow. And then there's rocking chairs on the front porch.
On the front porch we have rocking chairs.
And then a beer garden around the back, right?
Yes, with picnic tables, and we have some fire pits back there that people can just build on fire.
Perfect. Well, let's go sit down at the bar and talk a little more.
Have a cold one?
Sure, let's have a cold one. What made you decide to start a brewery?
When I grew up as a child, my parents were big beer drinkers. And I'm not saying like they drank a lot, alcoholics, but it was a social thing.
Yeah,
and that was
something
the day
they cared about, they were passionate
That was the day of the Pabst Blue Ribbon.
PBR, love it.
And I would notice that when they would pull out, then it kind of came in the quart containers, and they would pull that out, sort of like someone would do a growler today. And we would have company over, and they would sit with rocking chairs, and they would drink beer, and it was such a cool social atmosphere that it made me fall in love not only with the taste of it,
right,
but the socialization that it promotes.
The community.
Yes.
It's about the people that are coming together, not so much about just the beer.
I mean, if you kind of look at their sign,
beer is better when you drink together. You know what? I'll drink to that. Cheers.
So that's kind of a cool thing.
That's perfect. All right, guys, we just arrived at our second stop on day number 1. We're here at Gypsy Circus Cider in Kingsport, Tennessee with Aaron. Our man, what's going on?
Little love, little cider love.
Yeah, a little cider love stuff. Cider's a little bit different than beer, but it's in the family.
It is.
It's craft, it's local, it's Tennessee made, so we had to stop by.
Appreciate
You want to give us a tour?
Yeah, absolutely. And we are actually in the state of Tennessee. We're actually considered a brewery.
Oh, okay.
Believe it or
so,
not, yeah.
like on
So,
paper,
on paper, we're a brewery, but actually we're a cidery.
Perfect.
So how we roll is that we get juice coming in from our partners.
Okay.
They fresh press it. The day it comes in is the day we ferment.
Perfect.
Right? So we don't have our own orchards. We have some cool trees up top we planted, but we don't have our own orchards yet. So we get it in. It goes over these bad boys right here. So these are our 35-barrel fermenters.
These are so pretty.
So pretty, so shiny. So it goes in here, and then that's where we pitch the yeast and we start the process up, right? So apple juice pumped in, we pitch the yeast. We do other things to make sure that the yeast is, the cider is exactly the way it should be. And we start fermentation.
And all of your apples are within 2 hours from here, right?
That's correct.
So as local as possible.
Local as possible. So after we get done with fermentation, now we move on to the aging process, right? So we have different vessels. Some's in stainless and some's actually in these barrels right here. So we've got Jack Daniel's barrels, so you gotta have a Tennessee cider with Tennessee whiskey.
Tennessee whiskey.
It's that nice combination, right? And so we leave it in here for a long time. Our Marionette was in here 2 weeks shy of a year.
Let's start with some products, some liquid here. What do we got? What do you want to start with first?
Let's go and start with our base, our core, which is our Rain Dancer right here. So our Rain Dancer is a semi-dry. You have more of a white wine champagne characteristic to it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's meant for sessionability. You got the apple nose still going on, but it's meant to be very easy.
I feel like I just bit into, like it tastes like you just bit into an apple.
Thanks. And again, this is more about sessionability, double filtered, really nice and easy, but still 6.2. So Gypsy, you know, it's that whole bohemian vibe, right? We got the prayer flags here, and it's a whole.
Yeah. So right now we're actually in their cider garden, right?
It's cider garden. You got it.
You can see. I don't know what you can see behind us here, but this is where we're at. This is like, I feel like this has a very circus environment out here. You can actually, I don't know, I'm probably gonna get in trouble for doing this, but you can look up there. You can see they got jugglers in the window up there, so it's perfect.
Cool.
All right.
And we have like a hammock station during the summertime. We've got a bus stage right here, so the music's on top of the bus.
Chalk wall
right there. Again, it's not open this time right now, but it usually is when it's warmer. Now rock garden, hammock station, charging station for your phones, and just more of a, you know, got our community grill so you can bring your own food out here.
Yeah, it is January 24th right now. Yeah. In the middle of winter.
Woo!
Yeah.
Hey, rock and roll.
Is there anything that you want to add before we close up?
I think we're good, man. I'm glad to have you.
Dude, thank you so much, dude.
Thanks, man.
We really appreciate it.
It's good.
So I guess on that note, cheers. Guys, we are in the brand new Model City Tap House right here in Kingsport, Tennessee. If you are looking for a place to try all the local beers and some, this is the place to do it. Let's go check it out. Will, thanks for having us. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Appreciate you guys coming by.
It's a great spot for a craft beer and a sandwich. What's the story behind the name?
Well, Kingsport is the model city, and when it was being incorporated as a town, it was the first city that really got drawn out on paper.
It wasn't just happenstance. Like there was forethought.
Exactly.
What do you feel like sets you guys apart from everybody else? When someone leaves here, what do you want them to remember about this place?
The uniqueness of our tap list. I think that's what we've got a lot of best feedback on is we've had a lot of beers on that you just don't see around here. Perfect. Whether it's something local or regional or even something from across the country, we're getting a lot of breweries that other places around here aren't really carrying.
So you have a unique draft list and one of the most wide varieties as far as beer list goes in the city.
Yeah, perfect. Exactly.
Well, dude, thank you so much for having us.
Appreciate you guys coming by. It's awesome what you all do.
Reuben was excellent. The sandwich was perfect.
Glad you enjoyed it.
Cheers, man.
Cheers, guys.
All right, guys, we are at our last brewery of day number 1, Sleepy Owl Brewery here in Kingsport, Tennessee. Follow me, and let's go check it out. Oh, what's up, everybody? We're here at Sleepy Owl Brewery with Brian. Brian, thanks for having us. Thanks for coming by. And as a true testament to small business ownership, we have to kind of do these interviews between customers because Brian is not only the owner and brewer, right? Brewer. Right. He's also the bartender. Let me guess, you're probably also the electrician, the plumber, the janitor.
Just don't tell the city that.
Exactly. So now we're over here in the brew house, which is right next to the bar area.
Yeah, right.
Literally a micro brewery.
Yeah, it's tight in here. We have a three barrel 3-vessel system from stouts. Some of our older fermenters are back here in the back in the dark. Our larger fermenters are up front.
Up front, yes.
Because we don't have cooled fermenters, so it's
Yeah.
truly a small system.
I want to give you kudos. I always have an appreciation for like dramatic lighting, right? I love that. The
We
green.
like shiny.
Yeah, everybody likes shiny.
That's our puff club. So we only did 72, so we limited it to 72.
So no more after that.
No more after that.
So if somebody like gives theirs up, is there no?
It's a yearly thing.
Oh, it's a yearly
so
thing.
After a year, if they decide to give it up, they let us know, and we don't even advertise it. People have to come in and ask. And so
That's
they'll just come
awesome.
in every week and ask.
That's a really unique idea. So, well, I have to ask. I'm sure you get this question a lot. What's the name Sleepy Owl?
So, long story short, we had a cabin in Suburban. The car I drove had to get worked on in Knoxville, so I would go down, stay in the cabin to go to the Audi dealership in Knoxville. And so we made the drive shorter, so I would stay there at night, get up, drive the car in. And I was going down a back road in Seymour, near Seymour High School, coming in the backside of Alcoa. And I passed what I thought was it looked like a river rock in the middle of the road.
Okay.
So I stopped the move because it looked like a river rock in the middle of the road. When I got up to it, it was a eastern screech owl.
Was it injured?
It was, I don't know, it was standing up, but its eyes were closed. So I've asked a lot of people, they said highly likely it was hit and stunned, eyes closed, but it was aware of me, but it just had its eyes closed. Some people thought maybe it had been hunting all night and that's where it stopped and it was just tired, so who knows. But I took a branch and moved it off the road and snapped a picture, and this was 2013. I posted on Instagram and said, look at the sleepy fella I helped off the road.
Sleepy Fellow.
And my wife was like, we've been trying to think of a name, a mascot, and everything, so just turned into Sleepy Owl Brewery. The owl
That is
screech owl.
awesome. What sets Sleepy Owl Brewery apart from all the other breweries?
I think one thing is the character of location. We are a true small brewery, small tap room. You can look around the place and tell we didn't put a ton of money into it. People just don't do it. We are very eclectic.
It's about the people, about the connection,
exactly.
about the socialness.
Any walks of life comes in here and hangs out, and it's a safe
Come
place.
as
for
you
everyone.
are and be you are. Man,
I appreciate
thank you for
it.
having us and for sharing your story with us and sharing a little bit of beer.
Absolutely.
Cheers.
Thank you.